What's good, people? Good word is divine intervention. A.N.T. Ain't nothing timely. Got my boy Jay Divine. Got our lovely guest. She finna turn into another co-host. Lana G. G is for game member. G is for game member. She got that beautiful that flannel on over there. It's all right.
Come outside.
It's all good. Excuse me, y'all. Don't be snorting the whole time because it's probably got to me in the South. You know how it go.
That illegal.
But today, I wanted to talk to y'all about energy. Not the regular energy like you play your life and stuff like that, TSU energy, none of that.
Yeah.
The energy that I'm speaking on is energy. INNER parentheses G. Just so you know what it is. And the meaning behind that is the consciousness, your consciousness. Because whatever piece or mental thoughts that you have that you take into every situation that you encounter on your day-to-day, you are being controlled by your energy. If you think about it. Because before you react, before you do any action, you think and you consult with your energy to see if you really feel like fucking with it. If you do it, you do it. If you don't, just like fuck it. So what made me think about that is if we manipulate our energy to just get up and get it, we shouldn't have no problem. We shouldn't have no issue if we keep sustaining a positive energy and not let negativity overcome us. How y'all feel about that?
It's possible. I think trying to sustain positive energy is the right step forward if you're trying to achieve some things and just trying to maintain balance in your life. I think me personally, that's kind of been like a little struggle with me. Just trying to be optimistic at the same time, but not trying to doubt things. If you get what I mean, like trying to keep that positive energy about like the podcast, certain stuff we do and how we operate, and then there's a side of me that's like, shit, what if it don't work? What if people really ain't listening to us? What if, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't support us, stuff like that. But you're right. Like,
sense of anxiety.
Say that again.
I said a sense of like anxiety or something.
Yeah.
I can feel it. Yeah. What you think about it, man?
I'm just listening to what y'all saying, and I don't know. I felt it, energy. I don't know how to explain it. Like he said, like Jack said, we all have our hard times, we all have our struggles, but lately, it feel like ever since the year started, my energy has been different. I've been more optimistic, more positive, trying new stuff, stepping out my comfort zone. But at the same time, I feel like my energy gets tainted by what people have to say. It doesn't really bother me, but it gets stuck in my head, and it's like I can hear it when I'm trying to do my next thing.
Yeah, I got that same thing going on. You try to push through it, but it's like, it's in the back of your mind. And when you trying to, ignore it, that's when it's the loudest.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if y'all saying that, what do y'all think about how we spoke on the last episode was which perception?
Yeah.
If you know your self-worth, you know your self-value, why the fuck do we pay attention to everybody else's opinion?
Because we're all connected.
Because we were trained to look that way. Like, think about it. Everybody's been giving their opinion since you were a kid. Good job. Like, I don't know if y'all had them little green cards, yellow cards, red cards, but if you had a good day, you got a green card. You had an off day, it was yellow. You had a real bad day, it was red. Like, we've been going off of judgment for as long as all the way back until the day you were born. Like, oh, that baby's so beautiful. Oh, that baby ugly. Oh, that baby's gonna be he's gonna be a heartbreaker. She's gonna be, oh, you're gonna have to keep her locked up. All the boys are gonna want her. Like, it's all there. Like, just because we don't take it to heart doesn't mean it's not still on our mind. And, you know, like they say, misery loves company. So when you are questioning yourself or, you know, you have a bad thought, it's easier to think bad thoughts than they're good thoughts. And, you know, bad news travels faster than good news. So, like, most people might not hear about our podcast, but honestly, I would like people to talk shit about our podcast because then people watch it. Because bad news, oh, well, I watched it. It was lame. It was goofy, da-da-da. And then they be like, okay, they watch it and somebody else likes it. Like, form your own opinion on it.
Right.
So with that being said, you say misery loves company. I got another question for y'all. How do y'all feel about fear being profitable? Because it has something to do with your energy too. It has something to do with your energy too, because if, like I was arguing with Lana the other day, if you fear something, I see that as that's not any limitations, because you have to overcome that. So you'll be able to take yourself to a higher level. But you won't be able to seek that if you don't have the right energy speaking to you.
Well, I still stand on my argument. I feel like fear is a good thing. It is a balance act. Without fear, you would not be brave. You wouldn't even know what bravery was. Like, without one, you can't have the other, or you won't enjoy the other as much. So I still stand on fear being a good thing. Yes, it can be a bad thing, but it takes courage to face your fears. So therefore, it's a good thing.
She got a point. Yeah, you won't know how, you know, courageous you are if you don't know what your fears are.
Yeah, it's like getting on a roller coaster for real, because you might think like, oh, that shit high, I'm not getting on that.
Yeah.
But then you get on it and you get off, and oh, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So now you like riding roller coasters.
But that's one of the things that makes fear profitable, because you sell somebody this situation that it's impossible for you to get over it. It's impossible for you to reach this accomplishment because you're not good enough for it yet. You're not understanding of your expectations. You don't know what your, what's that P word? You don't know what your potential is. So you're in fear of truly knowing yourself. Mm-hmm. So that way, when you get to these things, that's why I feel like self-help people is one of the richest people in the world, and all they do is go up and stand on the stage. And yes, they speak through they trials and tribulations, but it's really that they're just saying these motivational things because some people are hit that wall of fear and they don't know how to climb over it or get through it. So that's why I say, like, you can make money off of it. Hell, if you think about it, you got 100 houses and shit. She said the roller coasters.
Yeah.
My thing of it with,
I mean, you ain't gonna catch my ass doing it. But there's people that like that shit. Like, God, live on the edge then. My black ass gonna be on the ground. I'm not jumping out of the plane. I'll ride on them.
My thing with it is, though, the problem piece with it, if you pay attention to yourself, that's why I say fear is proper. If you pay attention to yourself, you'll learn to overcome fear and get to the point to where your energy is pure and you get that courageous being, or you get that unfair aspect of accomplishments. If y'all get what I'm saying.
I agree.
I feel it. It's just, I think having courage and being courageous, and it comes in spurts. Like, you have to go
it
through
comes out the most where you're tested.
Yeah, I don't think nobody's just walking around like I fear nothing. Like, nah, I just, because you don't. Again, you have to be put in certain situations to know what it is that you fear. You know what I mean? Or and I think and what you alluded to when you said people, these self-help people profit off of people's like lack of potential or whatever because they fear something or whatnot. I don't think, fear is an outside source. It comes from the person. I think what happens is these self-help people realize what a lot of people fear and know, because either one, they overcame it, or two, they just realized that, this certain amount of people, this group of people fear this thing, and they know how to get them over that hump. So they,
Yeah, it's like therapists. Like, they might not have experienced trauma, like the trauma that their patient is going through personally, but they read about it. They got a general understanding, but they know every person is different, so they try to help them. Like, but the speakers and stuff, they just try to address the basics because they are trying to reach a broad group of people, not just one person.
Yeah. I think, because like you said, therapists, like, even though they might not have gone through those traumas, they know how to read people and, do certain gestures and how you talk and how you, your mannerisms and whatnot. They can.
They know the little things.
They know how to analyze.
Especially after like meeting up with you, like after a couple of sessions, they learn your body language. They pay attention to it. So.
Right. So like I think fear can be profitable, but at the same time, I think fear doesn't come from an outside source. I think that's
energy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it comes from inside. I feel like
it's all internal.
People teach us it though. I feel like
if y'all gonna say anything internal, say energy throughout the whole episode. Just keep saying energy so people can get it understood.
It's all through your energy.
Okay.
Thank you.
So with energy, I feel like some of the fears are generational though. Like, I feel like parents pass down their fears onto their children.
I'm gonna say something.
Let's unravel this one.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something very controversial because it's within our community, and I know people have their opinions on it. When we got whoopings as kids, that came from slavery. The mothers would whoop the child that was like rebellious because they didn't want the slave master to whip the child, so they would do it so they wouldn't act out. So they would already instill the fear into the child before the slave master would.
Because they wanted to, that was their way of protecting them.
That's what they thought was their way of protecting them, but their child still had trauma from that. So it was like, now they don't fear. They probably did fear master, but they still feared their parent, because it was like, damn, you gonna beat me, he gonna beat me, or she gonna beat me. It's like, who's gonna protect me?
Yeah.
But shit, if you look at some of these goddamn, okay, let me cut first.
Yeah. Can I rebuttal?
Yeah. Hold on. We might have the same argument though.
Go ahead. I got you. I'll let you talk.
You saying it?
First.
Got you one. I'm gonna stand on it though. You sitting here saying that if you look at these little motherfucking kids that be at some of these organizational days or outside at Walmart, some of them ain't never got no ass whooping in their life, and they just it shows. They don't even have a stern talking to. They come on, it's okay. I get you back chill.
Yeah.
We need you to calm down.
Gentle parenting. That's what's going around now. Gentle parenting. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
They have a fucking terminology for every fucking thing.
I'm not saying that whooping your kids is wrong. I'm not saying whooping your kids is right. All I'm saying is what is based from, whatever you want to do with that information. Hey, well, I'm just saying, like.
Can I speak my piece now? Because I feel like I'm just getting
Go ahead.
booted. Okay. So what I was going to say was that I seen a post earlier today, and it had said that whoopings taught women like seeing, like getting whooped and stuff, and people saying, oh, you know, I'm disciplining you, I'm whooping you because I love you, teaches people to go into relationships and think that it's okay to get yelled at and hit on. Well, how do y'all feel about that?
Nah.
You don't see it like that?
That's my first time. That's my first time hearing that, and that's like, because okay, I can understand it because having a little girl, I don't always want to yell at her as much as I want to yell at my son. I would rather be like stern, but in the sense of I don't want to demean her or to make her feel like she's demised in any type of way. So it ain't gentle parenting because you do too much, maybe you get a little love tap or something like that. Get a little love tap. So but the realm of which I feel like you speaking in is the meaning in the household where, oh, you ain't gonna never be sick because you keep doing the same bullshit. Like you fucked up. And I feel as though as kids, when you learn or being taught these types of things, yes, you do carry the energy throughout your life. Like the full agreement or the fifth agreement.
Like
those
you think
words
it's
that you pass
acceptable
on to your kids.
because if that's the only thing you know, how do you know it's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So
you got to be very mindful of those words that you pass on to your kids. Like in the full agreement state, words really do hurt people because, like you're saying, once you digest it on a regular basis, it turns into your energy that you carry with you every single day.
So with that energy, and we're on this topic of like, you know, discipline in our children and whatnot, right? So our first loves are our parents, right?
Yeah. For a guy, that's supposed to be your first love is your mama.
Right.
For women, it's supposed to be your first love is your daddy. That's what you go based off of. And 9 times out of 10, men date women that are just like their moms, and women date men that are just like their dads.
So when they say certain things and they do certain things, it causes something that stirs something inside that child, right? Mm-hmm. So what we have to learn, I learned this from Mike Tyson, right? Especially me, you know, us being men. He said, you can never find a woman like your mother, right? Because your mother will do everything in your best interest. The girl or the woman that you're with is going to do everything in her best interest. So with that being said, we have to unlearn that nobody's going to be like our mother. And ladies, nobody is going to be like your father. Because your father has everything in your best interest. He's going to do everything in your best interest. The man that you are dealing with is going to do everything in his best interest.
I don't believe that, because there's happy, healthy relationships out here, and they do for your partner. I mean, me personally, like for my partner, I'm there, and I'm gonna do whatever in your best interest and mine, not just mine.
When I say this, that doesn't mean selfish. What I'm saying is, whatever I do for myself can either, however you see it, you can either.
I didn't say it was selfish. I'm just saying, like, well, I don't know men, but I know most women, myself included, we think about stuff ahead of time. So if I say this and we get into an argument and it's a bad argument and I think about it to myself, because we always think about what we should have said or what we shouldn't have said afterwards. And then we're like, okay, so I probably shouldn't have said that because I hurt his feelings, but I was trying to get my point across and he wasn't really listening. So I had to let him know I was serious, trying to figure out what to do next.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, for my best interest, what is it? What would help our relationship? But it comes down to our relationship, like what's going to be best for both of us, not just me. So if we're arguing every day, then if I got to leave, that's for the both of us. It's not just because, I'm not happy. It's because we're not making each other happy. So we're not right for each other. So you should go be with somebody who you're meant to be with.
Okay.
Because it's not me and we're hurting each other. If all we're doing is hurting each other, the nicest thing you can do is leave that person.
Okay. Now I have a question for that. And you are absolutely right. So when it comes to your energy and happiness is a part of that, does that come from yourself or from that relationship that you're in?
Both. Because in relationship, I like to still be, how can I explain this? I like to maintain my independence, if that makes sense. I like to be me.
Right.
And be in the relationship. I'm not going to change my energy for you because you want me to be a certain way. That would make me unhappy. So and in that point, you're not doing what's in my best interest by trying to change me.
Right. So with that being said, doing everything in your best interest should be your priority, right?
Yeah.
Now, your partner should. The partner that you are dealing with, knowing being in a relationship with you should know that is in your best interest, and they should be able to function, healthy enough, have that energy, like my boy's been alluding to say, okay, Lana is doing this for her. Right? Now, your partner can either support you or get out the way so you can get it done. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, but people nowadays like to bring that toxic energy and try to cripple you. They want you to depend on them so you won't leave them. That's why people are like, without me, you wouldn't have this, and without me, you wouldn't be able to do this. Oh, go ahead.
Y'all making good points and shit. I was just gonna wait my turn. Y'all make good points.
Honestly, how do you switch the screen to everybody? Because I can only see who's talking.
You gotta
scroll it to the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Slide it over.
All right. That's why I didn't even know he was back.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So, since y'all both said the energy brought to a relationship, yes, I feel like both of y'all made good points. Sacrifice is key in a relationship. So if you had the energy of understanding your partner, the energy of sacrifice, the energy of selflessness, you would be able to sustain an energy of, yes, I know what I want, but I carry your best interests in this relationship as well. So in establishing our relationship or boundaries that we're going to set, I'm going to let you know my expectations. You'll let me know yours so we can carry into this relationship the same energy and unite and make it better.
So you compliment each other instead of taking from somebody, like somebody draining you.
Yeah. Compliment.
So that's what friendships do.
Yeah.
Instead of taking somebody's energy, you can help grow somebody's energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Compliment.
And that's what people need to understand. Like, sometimes you gotta change your friend group. Sometimes you gotta find new friends. Like, everybody ain't your friend. I remember my mama used to preach that everybody ain't your friend. Everybody not gonna like you. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And while we on that topic, I brought to my boy before is not even just in you being in a relationship with somebody, even in friendship, you have confidant and constituent. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, you have somebody that you can confide in that's going to grow your energy. And then you have somebody that's going to be a confidant that's going to steal your energy, take it, repackage it, and sell it to somebody else, or use it to grow their own work. Right. So basically, they come in and take your whole blueprint and run it with somebody, with themselves or somebody else. But if you have a confidant, someone that you can believe in, y'all believe in each other, y'all will help each other's energy grow. So you got to look out for that with friendships, relationships, and all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
shout out to the aunt, though.
Every encounter with another person is some type of, like, you have to be vigilant about who you give your time to, regardless of the situation, whether it's just a random stranger, your best friend, your mama, your boyfriend, your daddy. Like, people, I'm so tired of people trying to tell other people, oh, that's your mama, that's your brother. No, toxic is toxic.
That's true. Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And people need to get that. Like, yes, we are family, but if I'm protecting my energy and you're the one that's draining me from it and I take a step back, you have to respect that.
Right. That's facts. And
I need 5 cents every time I say energy.
And
keep it going though.
And with energy though, like when you have a certain energy flowing through yourself, you also understand that, you know what I mean, don't nobody owe you anything either. So like
that entitled shit.
yeah, you can't be entitled, because somebody might, you might like somebody, you know what I mean, or be interested in somebody and try to, figure out who they are and this and third. But at the end of the day, if they don't reciprocate the energy that you give them, you can't be mad at them for it. You know what I mean? It's like you have to accept people for who they are. When you have a certain energy about yourself and your energy is and frequency is high enough, you understand that people are just who they are. Once you learn that, it's like you can't be disappointed.
So how would y'all tell people, like, if somebody was like, I'm being drained, I feel like really depressed and I don't want to get out of bed most days, I feel ugly, I feel work this, what advice would you give them to help protect their energy?
You want to answer?
You gotta switch up. You gotta. So how I protect my energy is I find the peace in the good and the bad. Because if I'm winning, I need to be able to humble myself to understand that losses could come at any day. So it's more I need to learn. And when I lose, I learn from my losses, because I know I can obtain these wins that's right there in front of me if I just right my wrong. You saying, as far as a negative mental mind state, if I feel ugly for a day, if I feel like I just don't have the energy to compel myself to get up and move around for the day, I need to switch up my thought pattern. I need to switch up my action, because it's obviously something that's being done that's causing me to get into these mental funks. There's something that's happening that's causing me to eject negativity on my day. So I need to find, either if I can't find it or if I know what it is and I don't want to do nothing about it, it's my fault. And a lot of times people get that and want to project it on other people, or they just want to tank their whole week. I don't want to do that. I've learned from projecting or pushing that off to others. It doesn't get you anywhere. So I just find peace in it and be like, okay, if I feel ugly today, what the fuck for? Let me do something to give beauty within myself. Let me appreciate myself more. Let me show signs of, okay, uplifting myself. Let me get up and move around. Let me get that energy. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, bro. Like what I do personally for myself when I'm having like rough days. I just started journaling.
I gotta go too.
Yep, breathe. You know what I'm saying? Healing journal. And I just
better than you.
I just write my I just write, you know what I mean, how I'm feeling for the day, and you know, it asks you certain questions, and you have to really like take your time and really think about what it is. That's dope. I ain't gonna lie, that cover dope. I ain't gonna hold you.
Fall in love with your healing yourself.
You know, and just like, you know, dealing with depression. And for those who know, like, depression isn't always sadness, like I'm sad, or, you know, like it can just be like a low state of energy. You just don't have the oomph to go about the day, or, you know what I mean, you have, you know, mood swings or, you know, stuff like that. But I just deal, you know what I mean, just like my boy Big Dash does, and I try to look for the good and the bad and the good, yin and yang energy. I speak daily affirmations to myself before I leave out the room. You know, I thank God when I wake up, you know, that he put breath in my lungs, and he let me open my eyes. And, you know, I try to remove myself from situations where I know I'll be triggered. And if I do happen to find myself in a situation where I feel like I'm gonna be triggered, before I even get to that point, I talk to myself and I say, okay, whatever happens, do your best not to react in a way where you know your character will be, you know, tested. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do.
Good job being on point tonight.
What do you do to combat that from a female's perspective?
Well, myself personally, I give myself 5 minutes. I will set my timer, 5 minutes, and if I'm in the car or wherever I'm at, I'll find a little space. You know, think about it. Sometimes I'll cry, sometimes I'll just scream, sometimes I'll yell, sometimes I'll just cuss, whatever, let it all out. And then after that, I just pick myself back up. I tell myself, you know, I'm worth it. Whatever this problem is, whatever this pain I have will pass. And then I go on about my day. But at nighttime, I always sit back and reflect. That's my problem. I think too much. I'm an overthinker. So I'll sit back and reflect on whatever made me upset. And I'll write about it. And once I write about it, I go through the steps of grief, which I don't know if many people know about the steps of grief or whatever, you know, the 5 stages of grief.
Yeah.
Is actually a beneficial tool for depression and, you know, self-love and all the other stuff that comes with energy. Because to heal over something, you have to address it. And to address it, you have to like come face to face with it. Like, so, let me see, what can I think about? I'm trying to think of a problem I had this week. Okay, so me and one of my childhood friends stopped being friends. It was a stupid whatever. It was stupid to me. It wasn't stupid to her. But it was all about my boundaries. And I told her she crossed them. She didn't respect that. So I had to cut her off. Now, with it being my childhood best friend, I was hurt by it, of course. So I had to go through the steps of grief. I was angry about it. And that's what most people don't understand with the 5 stages of grief. It's not in order. It doesn't all come at once. Sometimes it can. You can have multiple feelings from this. You could be going through multiple stages at once of the 5 stages. So after that, once I get to the acceptance part, I just let it go. Because it wasn't my fault. I put boundaries in place for a reason. They were for me, and if you couldn't respect that, then you don't need to be in my life. Now, when I'm beating up on myself, like I said, I still take my 5 minutes and I project myself as a different person, like a multiple personality type shit. Not really. So I look in the mirror and I talk to myself like, okay, you can't keep talking about yourself like that. You are better than what you're feeling right now. Like, get up. You're gonna take your 5 minutes. Go on about your day. It's gonna be a good day. Like that video I sent to y'all about how many. They were like, this. How many seconds is in a day or something like that. And it's like, if you had that money in your bank account and somebody stole $5 from you, would you trip over it? No, not really. It was just fucking $5. I got $19,000 and da 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 da. So I've been looking at life pretty much that way.
Mm-hmm. That's deep. Yeah.
That's nice that you talk to your energy to motivate yourself to have better energy.
I have to.
Yeah.
We're our hardest critics. Like we will talk too much shit about ourselves, and then that's why when somebody else says it to me, I really am not fazed because, bro, it's not nothing I ain't already heard. I told it to myself this morning, and I told myself I was wrong.
To your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spoke to your energy.
Yes, I spoke to my energy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but no, I just want people to understand how important your energy is.
Yeah.
Whatever energy you carry in, day out, is going to be the outcome and dictate the places, the situations, and the actions that you have to take on a day-to-day basis.
That's a fact.
And that's why some people are attracted to you or some people are detached from you, is because how great your energy is.
Yeah.
It can be fully negative.
And you always... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, you good.
I was going to say, like, mainly, like, I don't know if y'all ever think about, like, your past or where y'all were. Like, when I was 13, I wanted to be this, and that. Or, you know, life was easier when I was 13 instead of being an adult. But, like, even when people think about that, like, people think that it's a bad thing. Like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not where I envision myself. But look how far you came on that journey already. Like, you've grown as a person. You know who you are now. And if you don't, you're figuring it out. You're closer. You're one day closer than you were yesterday. So, like, I feel like people need to give up tomorrow. That's what I'm going to say. Give up tomorrow. Because tomorrow never comes.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, because, like, if you ever really, like, just stop and just think about, like how Lana said, yeah, you might not be where you want to be, but sometimes it may not be in place for you to be where you thought you was supposed to be. Maybe, you know, your energy probably just it didn't need that type of pressure on itself to try to perform to get to that level wherever it is that you was trying to be at. Maybe you didn't need to be at that place. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. A lot of people, everybody want to be a business owner now and a mogul or whatever.
They want the get rich quick scheme,
right?
Instead of putting in work.
But you gotta understand, like, That ain't meant for everybody. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Nothing. I don't care what anybody says. People be trying to downplay it like it's not, something sustainable. Bro, we need people in these grocery stores. We need people at, at these, fast food restaurants. Yeah, because we not gonna do
the delivery drivers,
right? We ain't gonna do it, right? Somebody got to do it. You know what I mean? It's just like, being a service member, being a firefighter, being a police officer, or whatever. Somebody got to do it. So why not do it?
You can accomplish any of these things if you just carry yourself with the right energy.
With the right energy. And
the right energy.
Yeah, you might not be where you want to be, but this is just a step. Just use this as a step to gain knowledge and network and
learn.
Get different point of views, and then you can formulate a plan to just execute. But to sit here and bash yourself because you didn't think you was supposed to be a 6-figure individual by 30 is absurd. That is very absurd. And we gotta
stop. You don't even have to. My bad, Jay. You ain't gotta bash yourself. You can flip that. I may not be where I wanted to be, but I'm going somewhere.
There you go.
Switch that energy up.
I may
not have.
There you go.
Yeah, because we were always told, the sky's the limit. When you're trying to figure out who you're going to be. But then once you get there, it's like, all right, what's next?
Right.
Am I going to be happy with this? Is this all I'm doing for my life? Because I know people that's 45 and then made a career change. Went back to school, got a whole new degree. Started from scratch. So don't let anybody tell you where you're supposed to be at, and don't judge your life based on where people want you to be. Everybody says, oh, get married first, then have a kid. Matter of fact, finish high school, go to college, then get married. But if I'm going to be a doctor and I got to go to college for 12 years, when am I getting married? Do I wait till the end? No. When do I have a baby? Do I wait till the end? No. Make your own path. Walk in the untouched sand.
And then think about this. Those people who are telling you to do those certain things, are they really happy about the decisions they made while they're trying to tell you how to make yours?
True. Or are they just trying to... I feel like everybody should have a mentor, though. Just find a mentor. Whatever field you want to go in, whatever job, even in life, just find a mentor. Have multiple mentors. People could learn, be open to learn.
Yeah. It's like my boy says, people energies can be off and then they trying to get you to be where they at.
Yeah. And you got people. But you also got the good people, they just want better. They'll be like, oh, I don't want you to be how I am. I want you to be happy. Do it. Follow your heart. Those are the good people. Just you got to find a good person that'll actually help motivate you on the days that you feel off and your energy's messed up and you feel incomplete.
Yeah.
Ask somebody else. It's okay to ask for help.
That energy that they give you, you can tell if it's meant for you and not. Those people gonna tell you the truth, and they're not gonna sugarcoat it, and they're not going to try to persuade you or convince you to be or do certain things. They're gonna tell you how it is. Either you accept it and make your own decisions, change it, or you just keep going down that road. Yep.
Your energy attracts or detaches people from you daily.
Yep.
You need to learn to find peace in winning and losing. Because when you win, You have to understand that you need to be humble at the fact that it took you growth to get to where you was today, to be able to win. When you lose, you need to have a level of understanding that I'm a step away, I may be 5 steps away, but I win because I learned the lesson of growth that I needed from yesterday, from today. So when you find that insurmountable amount of peace with a great combined attachment of energy around you and within you, I feel as though we would reach a new plateau of mental stability. People would take more understanding on how they interact with people on a day-to-day basis and their goals and dreams. And when we have that all understood, you won't need no more self-help. But it's good to have some of that stuff. Like you said, get a mentor. Have some guidelines you want to base some of this shit off of.
Like, even introverts need people. Like, we all need somebody to support us. Like, self-made was, the thing back in the day. But, like, why do it all by yourself and struggle when people are willing to help?
Yeah. I think with that energy thing though, with people, we all being on a high. I hate to say it, but some people gonna have to be on lows. There's a I don't know if y'all listen to Childish Gambino. There's a song that he has on this one album called Algorithm. And there's a line he says, to be happy means that someone else ain't. So
what are you saying, the yin and yang factor?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was thinking exactly.
Yeah. So you can be on a high. A lot of people will be on a low. You can be on a low. A lot of people be on a high. It just what the day brings. Like it's all like it's all a balance. It's all a balance.
It's all okay.
With this being said, to our viewers, just because we're saying, go get a mentor and if you choose to do that, make sure you still are trying to protect your own self. Because I know y'all seen like those memes about like the batteries and the people got batteries inside of them or whatever. One's like full and then one's on like 1% or only has 1 bar. Like, don't let somebody take all of your energy just because you are trying to help.
Yep.
Like, you could be the mentor or you could be the student, but still don't let somebody take all of your energy. Have a boundary. Like, boundaries are so important for your energy, for self-love, for pretty much your day-to-day life. Have them. And don't be afraid to be vocal about your boundaries because it's your life and you should be happy.
Right. And also respect other people's boundaries as well.
That too. If you want somebody to respect you, respect is a two-way street.
Yeah, facts. So, yeah.
So, with that being said, y'all, this has been another divine intervention. Ain't nothing timely. I want y'all to protect your peace. Understand there's good, there's bad. If you have a healthy balance of energy, you'll be in a peaceful mindset and you won't have to worry about nothing.
Absolutely.
Focus on your energy because he's speaking to you. She might be speaking to you too. But yeah, if you talk to it, it's going to talk to you back.
For sure.
Bye, chill, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Love you guys. Bye. Are we...